I fitted this, and then I dropped I dropped this. I dropped the pipe underneath the floor, and I'm going to tell you a little story, and that's the story of what is that smell. It all started in this boiler cupboard. Now, the father-in-law messaged me a few weeks back saying I can smell something in here. I don't know what it is. It's a bit rank, bit fishy, bit shitty. I've no idea what it is. So because the temperature's dropped, the heating's come on a lot more. He wasn't sure whether it was the boiler. I took the front of the panel off. You can get a slight smell from electrical components burning that smells a little bit fishy, but it wasn't that. So I had asked him whether he could smell anything anywhere else. How about in the cloakroom? That's a small WC that I fitted a year or two ago. And he said, yeah, maybe a little. We are now in the hallway, and I returned with my inspection camera. Now the toilet is off of the hallway, so I was trying to get my camera underneath to check out where the toilet is that I fitted. Now I could not see anything, so we are now in the garage room that has an ensuite, and just up here we have access to the stack just here. This was the original outside of the house, and then that runs down behind is that shower wall down there. So all of this pipe work up here I done because I fitted out the bathroom, which is just behind this wall here. So because of that, I thought that maybe it might be down this stack down here. So I tried to get my camera down there, but I couldn't really see anything. And so this is the actual little cloakroom, and you'll notice that I've already lifted the floor. That's because it was kind of the strongest in here. There is the toilet there. So what I was worried about is I fitted this, and then I dropped the I dropped this I dropped the pipe underneath the floor, and I got an attachment just there. Oh, right, hang on. So yeah, there's a clay pipe just down there, and then this attachment, it goes into there, and obviously I've put a flexi on this that I fit the toilet in. I thought one of these fittings had come loose. Because I was looking around here for a leak or something or whatever, I then noticed just over here, can you see, there's rat droppings just there. In the front room, we'd also lifted some boards over there, and because it's a suspended timber floor, we could smell something over there sometimes as well. That's got open floorboards rather than carpeted. It's musky. It almost smells like a foul drain, but not quite. It's just all a little bit confusing. It's not necessarily just one thing. Especially in the boiler room, they store the washing powder in there, so that gets mixed in. So it's impossible to tell exactly what it is, but apparently rat's piss smells worse than its shit, basically. But altogether, it's just really bad. So the rats need killing, they need sorting, but you can't put poison down because they'll die underneath the floor. The first thing we done was we tried to check how they was getting in. We've checked all of the air vents around the house. They're all fine, they've not been chewed through. There's only 2 plastic ones anyway, the rest are terracotta. We're not 100% sure how they're getting in. The inspection cover outside, we lifted that. There is one redundant soil pipe, and the builders that built this garage conversion, we're not sure 100% whether they blocked it off properly. So there's a possibility they're getting through there. Lou's dad, that's Colin, said, well, did you see any droppings up here? So I looked again for droppings, didn't find any droppings, but then I noticed just on here, can you see that little mark there? They're teeth marks. It's been chewing that bloody flexi pipe, innit? So it's not ideal what I've done here, because that's not a solid pipe, but it's the only way I could do it, because the toilet's directly there, whereas the stack, I have had to put a solvent weld on this It was just the easiest way to do it because I had to open this up massively. I didn't want to open up a massive wall there. It was just the best way that I could do it at the time. Ideally, I wouldn't do it like this. I would do it different, but if I was to turn this round, the pipe would be too far over here. Every time that toilet's flushed, there's a couple of drips that come out these holes and they drop down the cavity. So them drips end up dripping just the other side of here, probably by about 100 mil or so, right behind that corner in between the cavity, which happens to be where all the pipework passes through. So back in the boiler room, all of the heating pipes, they go through this corner here. So when the heating's on and you've got sewage dripping kind of nearby and it's evaporating off, that might explain part of the reason why it smells around here. And it's likely this smells so much because of the rats' piss and shit, and it's all open to the air now. And whilst I didn't have to take out this toilet, that was the only way to discover what the actual problem was. So now we're upstairs in this bathroom. I fitted all this, I done all the tiling and everything. Fancy, eh? The problem with closed back toilets means that I need to take this whole bloody toilet off to get access to that flexi to replace it. So Colin's going to go shopping, he's going to get some rat traps. He also needs to buy a new flexi so I can take out that toilet tomorrow and reinstall it. I've already taken out that toilet downstairs. I won't be able to reinstall that just yet until we've caught the rats potentially. And would you believe it? The last toilet in the house, this one, I didn't fit this one, but the valve is broken on the flush, so that needs taking out completely to fix it. So can you believe it? All 3 bloody toilets in this house within the space of a couple of weeks, I'm gonna have to take out and reinstall. What an absolute joke. And just for tonight, we're going to stop them drips so they can go away in the middle of the night. We can only hope they've not caused any damage anywhere else. And that was the story of what's that smell. I tell you what, these closed back toilets, they're a nightmare to install and even more of a nightmare to take back off because everything's enclosed. In the words of the Gosforth handyman, think maintenance. I'm now halfway through doing this toilet because of broken flush valve. This toilet's all refitted now. Didn't catch any rats in the end. This toilet's all fitted with brand new pipework. So that means sewage water dealt with, rat problem probably dealt with. We've cleaned out all the shit and everything. There was droppings up in the loft. There is one more thing. You see, we didn't know how the rats were getting in. We've checked all the vents around the house in the bricks. They're all fine, they're not broken. Sometimes they chew through the plastic ones. So the only other possibility is of underground foul water pipe. Because it's actually a redundant one. So we've got one there, and we've got one there. This is another one that takes the sinks out of the utility in the kitchen, and there's one just down there which has got one of these blue inflatable bungs in. You see, this is a couple of weeks later and the smell's stopped now. Oh, I've just done my shoulder. Oh, fuck. You see, there is a chance that the rats have gone up and they've got through the end of this and it's open. And if there's a backdraft, then the smell's going to go through there. So we are going to go inspection cam to check it. Do you know what's happened? So you get a bit of grit on the camera, and it blocks, see?
Yeah.
You can't see the front of it then. I'd say let's just block it off.
Okay.
Might as well. We're just not.
Can't see anything. That's it. It would have been useful to know, but.
Right, so the inspection camera, I can't get it far enough up. It's too grubby. And even if I get like the full 5 meters, by the time I get to the end, I'm not going to be able to see anything. So we're just going to block it up now, because it's never going to be needed. And if it was that, or it contributed towards it, then hopefully that's going to help.
Too much water in.
No, I haven't. So tad.